protect ourselves, especially challenges. I don't know all the principals and directors present over here will agree or not, but we do face in our school challenges of mobile phones, challenges of attendance, challenges of, you know, indiscipline. But I think it's high time we ask ourselves whether they have to change or we have to change our mindset. So I would rather, as Adamas University has planned this education conclave, I think we should always sit together and, you know, discuss over all these issues where we can definitely exchange ideas how to go forward with such problems. Because end of the day, we teachers only make the society. So if we have faced these challenges, you are going to face more, I believe. The one who are doing beard and all, the younger generation, because I can see my students also here. So be ready, be prepared, but only one piece of advice. Anything, once you become a teacher, you need only two things. This is what I felt. You need to love, give love, spread love, and be you have lots of patience. These two qualities, I think, will make you the best teacher in life. And regarding our school, if I have to say something, Aditya Academy has got 2 affiliated branches, and we have got few more branches, junior branches. We try to give the best to get the best, but end of the day, we always do not, it's my personal opinion, generations are changing, children are changing, so we need to assess. Everybody cannot be good in academics. So hand in hand, encourage the students for activities, sports, that is being done in our school. And I believe each one has got some or the other talent, so I'm sure they will excel in their own sphere. That's the most important thing. And the last is, are we really making good human beings in the society? That's the most important thing. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We will surely honor your words and try to follow in our life. We will always spread love and enhance our patience level. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I invite Reverend Rodney Borneo, Principal of St. Augustine's Day School, Shyamnagar. Sir, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here at this August gathering. Ma'am, your words really struck a very deep chord. Not only it was enveloped in eloquence, but also spoke about what the entire attempt when we talk about education should be all about. And of course, the speaker preceding me immediately made this very hard-hitting line that we have to talk about human values and not just about inert subject theory matter. Well, as I stand here today, as I came up, I asked 5 minutes. He told me 1.5 hours. So if I go on, it's his, not my fault. But I'll be to the point. As I was coming to this conference, I was thinking about education being far too vast to talk about in, 30 minutes. Education is a subject. Education is a degree course. Education is a post-degree course. And then you really can't summarize and distill it in 30 minutes. But I want to talk about a part of education which I feel is very important today, and that is learning. Learning is an element of education. Education per se is vast. It has an enormous field within itself. Today, let me start with talking about someone I admire a lot, and that is someone called, who you know, Saint Teresa, Mother Teresa of Calcutta. Somebody asked Mother Teresa, how do you define yourself? And she gave this brilliant answer. She said, I see myself as a pencil in the hand of God. I see myself as a pencil in the hand of God. I am just the instrument. I am just the instrument. The writing is being done by somebody above. And I don't know, for some reason I feel that for all those who want to be involved in this thing that we call learning, we have to assimilate this particular value that Mother Teresa was talking about, the value of instrumentality. The fact that we are conduits, the fact that we are only a medium, and that this medium needs constant awareness, constant updating, constant humility. I'll tell you why. Today, as ma'am was saying so clearly, that today education is not about the petrol pump theory of education, that teachers are the depository of all knowledge and students come like cars, and according to the size of their tanki, you take 3-liter education, you take 4-liter education, you take 1.5 liter of knowledge and you move out. That doesn't work anymore. Today, we have to look at the infinite capacity of every student who is given or entrusted to our care. The infinite capacity, capability of every student entrusted to our care. In fact, the student will eventually be greater than the master. So today, what would be a teacher? What would be someone who is facilitating? Who would be someone who's facilitating the learning process? Of course, we call that person a teacher, but who is this teacher? I believe we have to go back to our Indian roots. We have to go back to our roots. We have become fascinated with this word teacher. Wonderful. A day after tomorrow is Teachers' Day. Happy Teachers' Day in advance. Let's clap for each other. Of course, it's a very good word, but if we go back to our roots, you'll find that teacher is shikshak. Am I right? Teacher is students, down with your phones, same old classroom. Teachers are shikshaks. But today, what we need, or who we need, are not shikshaks. We need gurus. What is the difference between a shikshak and a guru? A shikshak produces chhatra. A guru produces shishya. Now, oh, you've got the meaning, thank you. A chhatra will approach the shikshak like a buffet dinner. They will go, take what they need, thank you very much, and they go away. But a shishya will want to be like the guru. The shishya will not only learn the subject, but will learn from the person of the guru. And hence today, when we are talking about the need of humanism, the need of sensitivity, the need of adaptability, the need of being open to all these possibilities that are infinitely present in every student in my classroom, I need to understand that they are not only learning from me, they need to learn to be me, like me. And then I hold myself responsible to certain ethical standards. Why am I talking about ethical standards? Because there is something new in education today. And it's not NEP. NEP we've spoken about. It's not NCF. NCF is a document. All that is wonderful. But please forgive me and let me break this news to you that no theory, no teaching, no course is talking about or daring to talk about today. Let me whisper it to you. This is a reality, students. Corporatization of education. Corporatization of education is not being taught, and yet it is one of the biggest realities that we are facing. When we were students in our schools, have you ever heard of school HR? Have you ever heard of a school strategist? Did you ever hear of someone doing a business model for the school? I am not criticizing. All that is relevant, all that is happening. There is a need for it, and hence it has happened. But are we as teachers prepared to survive in that context and yet build responsible citizens holding ourselves to ethical standards. Holding ourselves to ethical standards. So let me give you 2 points. Whether teacher who I am now or teachers who are sitting there for the future, the first quality I feel, along with the 2 things that ma'am said so beautifully about, the first thing, a teacher has to be teachable. If you're an unteachable teacher, then I don't need you, I will have a robot. A teacher has to be open to growth. If you're going to sit and say, I have 30 years of experience, what you're basically saying is that you have 1 year experience repeated 30 times because you did the same thing and you did nothing new. So not every 30 years experience teacher is 30 years experience. 1 year experience multiplied 30 times. No, we have to be teachable. Teacher is equal to teachable. We have to be adaptable. We have to learn. We have to grow. We have to be in sync with what our students are, who our students are. This is the alpha generation. Y'all are basically Gen Z. We are somehow close to being millennials. But this alpha generation is a very, very difficult generation because technology has robbed them of empathy. The students who we are teaching today do not feel pain because they've killed on PUBG. They've murdered on PUBG. They shoot, they points, they get points when they eliminate, not include, not participate. Adaptability. And second, very important thing, a good teacher eventually will be someone who has been a good student. Now, good student is not to be interpreted in the traditional bhalo chhatro. That bhalo chhatro got 90, 90, 90, 90. Hamis, namis, korbo miss, you need not have been the teacher's pet. I'm breaking that stereotype and telling, if you have been a student who has felt for others, who have shared your tiffin, maybe once or twice you bunked your classes, if you have seen somebody doing something wrong and instead of complaining, miss, you've told the person, this is wrong, that is wrong. If you have been there present as a student, you will be present there as a teacher. So don't fall into this whole thing that only a topper. Toppers are good, wonderful. If you're a topper and a teacher, well done. That's cherry on the topping of the cream. But let's be who we are called to be. Let me end with this current context of what is happening all over West Bengal and Calcutta. I'm sure at some point of time, some teacher must take responsibility that we have created men who do not know to respect women. Why did we only teach geography? Why did our teaching of geography involve a love for traveling? Why did we teach only physics? And why did our teaching of physics did not involve knowing the borders of what is physical? Why did we teach pure chemistry and never in our classes through our person spoke about the chemistry of relationships? When we taught English, where was this love for nature, for music, for dance, for drama? When we taught Bengali, where was this love for being one with the soil, the mati? When we taught mathematics, how did we forget to teach that what is wrong has to be subtracted and what is good has to be multiplied? Today, as teachers, when we join at this Educlave, we have to rise, decide to rise. There is information, we have enough of it. Today, what we need is formation. And when teachers undergo this formation, we will have transformation. No more Me Too. No more we want justice. We will be just. We will be inclusive. And today I end by challenging me and all of us present to talk about this, to talk about respect, to talk about inclusion. No more tolerance. Why should women be tolerated? What do you mean by tolerated? There is no tolerance. There is embracing and acceptance. And with this, of course, the newness of the world that awaits us will reach its zenith. And what I spoke about learning and the art of teaching will endure till the sun grows cold. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We are really enriched with your words, how the way you explained the education system within such a short span of time. Thank you so much again. Now, I would like to invite Ma'am Tuhina Ghosh Re, Headmistress of Krishnapur Adarsh Vidya Mandir for girls. Ma'am, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today I like to and prefer to speak in Bengali as I am representing vernacular board and my students who are present here who already attended my school, they know that our first language is Bengali, so I am speaking in Bengali. It is better for me. Okay, and no issue at all. If it is spoken in Bengali, thank you. আমাদের এই যে স্যার এক্ষুনি বলে গেলেন, এরপরে আর কিছু বলার থাকে না, মানে এত সুন্দরভাবে উনি এক্সপ্লেন করলেন প্রত্যেকটা পার্টকে। আমরা ভীষণভাবে এনরিচড হলাম। স্যার থ্যাংক ইউ ফর দিস কাইন্ড অফ স্পিচ অ্যান্ড ম্যাম অলসো। প্রথমেই যেটা বলেছিলেন যে কোনো ছাত্রছাত্রী যখন আমাদের জায়গায় এসে পৌঁছাবে, মানে এটাই তো তোমাদের টার্গেট যে তোমরা আমাদের জায়গায় আসতে চাও বা আসছো, তো সেক্ষেত্রে ওই মনে একটা আলাদা জায়গা তৈরি করে নিতে হবে যে আমি কিন্তু শিক্ষক, আমি সে গুরু হিসেবেই ভাবো বা শিক্ষক হিসেবেই ভাবো, প্রত্যেকে গুরু হতে পারেন না, কেউ কেউ হয়ে ওঠেন এবং তাদের ক্ষেত্রেই সত্যি শিষ্য তৈরি হয় এবং তাদেরকে তার ফলোয়ার, এটা সেক্ষেত্রে আমরা ভাবি। আর যেটা আমরা রেগুলার প্রত্যেকের জীবনে আমরা যেটা প্রতিদিন শেখাতে চাই, সে প্রথম শিক্ষাটা আমরা নিজেদের পরিবার থেকে পাই। মা হচ্ছেন সব থেকে ভালো শিক্ষিকা আমাদের জীবনে প্রথম। তারপরে কিন্তু আমরা বিশ্বাস করি কাকে, সব থেকে ছোটোবেলা থেকে দেখেছো তোমরা, বাড়িতে বাচ্চারা কিন্তু বিশ্বাস করে না যে মা পড়াতে বসালেও বলে না 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 ক্লাসে দিদি এইটা বলে দিয়েছেন এটাই ঠিক। তার মানে কিন্তু তোমরা জেনে রেখে দাও, তোমরা যখন এই জায়গাটায় পৌঁছবে যে শিক্ষকতার জগতে যোগদান করবে, তোমরা কিন্তু সত্যি দ্বিতীয় মা বাবা, একেবারে সত্যি তাই হয়। মানে ওরা মন প্রাণ ঢেলে একনিষ্ঠভাবে তোমাদেরকে বিশ্বাস করবে এবং তোমরা যেটা বলবে সেটাই ওদের কাছে চিরকালের জন্য একদম মাথায় গেঁথে যায়। এটা আমি দেখেছি, নিজের সন্তানের ক্ষেত্রে দেখেছি, আমার গত 29 বছরের শিক্ষকতা জীবনেও আমি এটাই দেখে এসেছি। আমি তোমাদেরকে যে রেগুলার কোর্সে আমাদের স্কুলেও উনি তোমাদেরকে পাঠান যে আমাদের সাথে যোগদান করতে, এবং সত্যিকারের প্র্যাকটিক্যাল ফিল্ড, মানে কেন বলছি একটু বলে যাই যে ভার্নাকুলার বোর্ডের আমাদের কিন্তু বিশাল বিশাল সমস্যা, যেটা সিবিএসসি বা আইসিএসসি বোর্ডের বাচ্চারা অনেক সময় বোঝেও না, জানেও না, কিন্তু যারা আমাদের কাছে শিক্ষকতা করতে যায়, আমাদের কিছু ট্রেনিং নিতে যায় যখন, তারা কিন্তু রিয়েলাইজ করে। ওরা যে গত 3 বছর ধরে যাচ্ছে এবং প্রতি বছরই আমি দেখছি ওরা যাওয়ার সময় বলে, ম্যাডাম আমি বুঝলাম যে পৃথিবীটা ঠিক যা দেখি একদম সেটাই নয়। কারণ যে কোনো ইংরাজি মাধ্যম স্কুলের যে ইনফ্রাস্ট্রাকচার, যে পরিকাঠামো থাকে, সেটা কিন্তু আমাদের স্কুলগুলোতে সবসময় পাওয়া যায় না। তাই আমরা তার মাঝেও যে কতটা অসুবিধার মাঝেও সুবিধা খুঁজে নিই, কতটা প্রচেষ্টা করি বাচ্চাদের কাছে পৌঁছনোর, আমরা তাদেরকে কতটা এগিয়ে যেতে অনুপ্রাণিত করি, সেটাই তোমরা আমাদের কাছে গিয়ে শেখো, তাই তো? আমাদের কাছে অলরেডি 10 জন গেছিলে, ভবিষ্যতেও আসছো, আবার এবছর সেভাবেই তোমরা নতুন জীবনের পথে এগিয়ে যাওয়ার জন্য শিখবে। আর শেখাবে বলতে গেলেই তখন আগের ম্যাডাম এবং স্যারের কথাটাই মনে হলো, কম্প্যাশনেট হতে হবে, ভালোবাসতে হবে এবং ধৈর্য, অসম্ভব ধৈর্য চাই। মানে যে ধৈর্যটা আমরা বাড়ির ক্ষেত্রে দেখাতে পারি না, স্কুলে কিন্তু সেটুকু রাখতেই হয় এবং ছোটদের পড়ানোর ক্ষেত্রে অনেক বেশি। একটা কলেজ বা ইউনিভার্সিটিতে পড়ানো এক রকমের সমস্যা বা এক ধরনের আচরণ, এক ধরনের পরিমিতিবোধ কাজ করে, কিন্তু স্কুলের কিন্তু বাচ্চাদের, আর একটি কথা বলি, প্রত্যেক বাচ্চার কিন্তু গ্রহণ ক্ষমতা এক হয় না, সেক্ষেত্রে কিন্তু সেইভাবে তাদেরকে ভাগ করে আমাদেরকে তাদের কাছে পৌঁছতে হয়। এগুলো কিন্তু শিক্ষকতা জীবনে এলে সবার আগে শেখার বিষয়। আর আমি কিন্তু চিরকাল ছাত্রই থাকব, শিক্ষককেও সেটা মনে রাখতে হয়। সবসময় নিজেকে এনরিচ করতে হবে, এগিয়ে নিতে হবে এবং পরিস্থিতির সাথে এবং যুগের পরিবর্তনের সাথে নিজেকে পাল্টিয়ে তুলে ধরতে হবে ছাত্রছাত্রীর সামনে নিজেকে একজন রোল মডেল হিসেবে, যাতে তোমাকে দেখেই তারা আরও ভবিষ্যতে এগোনোর মানসিক জোর এবং একটা আইডল, একটা সামনে কাউকে পেলাম সেই যে মানসিকতাটা সেটা যেন তাদের মধ্যে গড়ে ওঠে। থ্যাংক ইউ অ্যাগেন টু অ্যাডভান্স ইউনিভার্সিটি আর ম্যাডাম টু। আমি প্রত্যেককে আমার শুভেচ্ছা জানাই এবং আগামী শিক্ষক দিবসের শুভেচ্ছা রইল সবার জন্য। ধন্যবাদ।
অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ ম্যাম। সত্যি আমরা তো বাবা মায়ের পরেই শিক্ষক হলো দ্বিতীয় গুরু, দ্বিতীয় বাবা মায়েরই একটা পর্যায়ে আসে। তো আমরা সব সময় এটাই ফলো করার চেষ্টা করব যাতে আমাদেরকে তারা রোল মডেল হিসেবে দেখতে পারে। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ ম্যাম, অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ। নাও I welcome Mrs. Shuman Shud, Director and Principal of BD Memorial Junior School, Advisor, BDM International and Indus Valley World School. Ma'am, please.
Thank you to the faculty, esteemed guests. A very good afternoon to you all. And to all the dear students. It is your day today, and we are here just because of you. Today we are here. So before me, when Reverend Roderick, right? So, and Savita Di and the other speaker also said. So those are, I think, everything that I need to say has been encompassed and presented to you. So probably now I only have to echo what has been already been said. So can we have a big round of applause for all the speakers who have been here before me? Because the essence is this, that we are teachers, we are educators, and the teacher educators are even more reverent. So they are creating the teachers who are going to change the world, who are going to make positive changes to the world. And as Reverend Roderick said, that education is a very powerful tool. Yes, it is a powerful tool, but along with that comes responsibility. So you have to use this tool with great responsibility. So I'm not going to go into the nuances of education. All that I actually wanted to say has been said. I'm only going to congratulate the Admas University for creating an atmosphere where there is experience that is meeting innovation. I loved the topic. So can we have a huge round of applause for this topic? I have experience of 30 plus years, but I consider myself a lifelong learner. Anytime, every time that I'm with the young children or with parents or with the older people, I'm learning. So this is what is needed. You all need to be lifelong learners. Never ever think that you know enough, because this cannot actually happen that you would know enough ever. So before I end my thoughts, I would just like all of you to rise and take a pledge today. All of us, as teachers, what pledge, what oath we can take. And this oath has been initiated by Early Childhood Association. I'm an early childhood educator, and I take pride to say that. And there's an organization, Early Childhood Association, and Education Association for Primary Education Research as well. So ACA, APER. So we have initiated this oath. So I'm feeling very privileged to be able to guide you all to take this oath today. I hereby solemnly promise to take care of my well-being and the well-being of my students. I promise to embrace ethical practices in my teaching. I promise never to be partial to any student. I respect diversity and will be sensitive to the needs of all my students. Respect for nature and every living being will be a part of my lesson planning. I will be a green ambassador for our earth. Learning is the right of every child, and I will uphold this right and ensure that no child is left behind. My students' growth, safety, well-being, and learning will be my goal. Thank you so much. Please have a seat. So, while we took this oath, I think whatever my earlier speakers, my predecessors have said, is there in this oath. So, teaching is not a profession. It is a passion. The minute you realize this, I think you have the power to change minds. You have the power to change the world. You have the power to envision a better, a much, much better world. And the challenges are innumerable that are there in front of you. But don't get worried, because you have a strong foundation, and I'm sure that you are going to lay a much stronger foundation in your children if you follow your profession with passion. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll surely honor your words, like how to be a responsible teacher and how to appreciate others' words and how to keep our words. Thank you so much, ma'am. A big round of applause for ma'am again. Now I invite Ms. Shagorika Chatterjee, Principal of Dreamland School. Ma'am, please. A big hands for Ma'am Shagorika Chatterjee.
A very good afternoon to all our honorable guests and the entire team of Adams University. Really, today I am very much glad enough and happy enough to say that to be a part of this educational seminar. Fantastic atmosphere, and I have seen the outside of this university campus. Really, it's too good, too beautiful, which touch my heart deeply. And at the same time, I have seen inside of this campus, all are well-mannered, well-organized, well-behaved, with strong discipline, which is very much mandatory for our education system. আজকে আমার একটা কথা খুব বলতে ভালো লাগছে, আর ভালো লাগার কথা নিজের মাতৃভাষাতে প্রকাশ করতে গেলে আরও বেশি একটা সুন্দর অনুভূতি পাওয়া যায়। আজকে আমার কিন্তু এখানে এসে ভীষণ ভালো লেগেছে, ভীষণ, মানে মন ছুঁয়ে গেছে। কি বলবো আর কি বলবো না, কোনটা বাদ দেব কোনটা বাদ দেব না বুঝতেই পারছি না, এতটাই ভালো লাগা। অ্যান্ড ডেফিনেটলি Adamas University has established his own position, own growth, and own popularity in the brand name of education system. It's our belief and hope so more growth of this university. একটা সময় খুব ছোটবেলায় আমি শিখেছিলাম বা আমাকে শেখানো হয়েছিল, শিক্ষা আনে চেতনা আর চেতনা ঘটায় বিপ্লব, revolution. Nowadays we are watching the word revolution is getting bit roughness. তো আমার যেন মনে হয় আজকের তারিখে দাঁড়িয়ে, ঠিক আজকের এই 3rd সেপ্টেম্বরের এই সুন্দর আফটারনুনে দাঁড়িয়ে আমার এটাই বলতে ইচ্ছা করছে, শিক্ষা আনে চেতনা তো অবশ্যই, আর সেই চেতনা বিপ্লবের পাশাপাশি যেন আত্মার উন্মেষ ঘটাক, এইটুকু চাইব। অনেক শুভ বুদ্ধি, অনেক শুভ চেতনা তার বহিঃপ্রকাশ হোক আমাদের পরবর্তী জেনারেশনের মধ্যে দিয়ে। একজন শিক্ষিকা হিসেবে হয়তো আজকের দিনে এইটাই কাম্য। তার পাশাপাশি just day after tomorrow we are getting a special day for us, Teachers' Day, and very remarkable day to all of us. So that is why I am giving my advance happy Teachers' Day to once again all our honorable guests, all the entire team members of Adamas University, all the well-wishers and all the audience, those who are present here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We will always keep in mind how to be a disciplined teacher, and not only a bookish teacher, but also we will maintain our behavior, our attitude, and we will learn, we will make it learn by the students, to the students, how to behave properly, how to maintain disciplines. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Now, it's time to experience a power-packed musical performance. Please welcome Graceful Window Bow Night.
There comes a time when we hit a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying, and it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We are the world.
very sorry over there. There's an error of the song, so we can restart again. Okay.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying, and it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can go on pretending day by day, and it's time to lend a hand. We are all a part of God's great big family, and the truth, love is all we need. We are the world, we are the children, we are the one to make a better place, so let's start giving. There are people dying, and it's time to lend a hand. It's to make a better day, just you and me. Oh, send in your life to know that someone cares, and inside will be stronger and free.
so much. Amazing. Such a wonderful voice. Lots of love and best wishes to you, Graceful. May your voice reach to every corner of the world. Now may I request Professor Dr. Shauli Mukherjee ma'am, Professor Dean, School of Education, Dean International Relations, Adamus University, to come upon on stage for felicitating Sir Kollul Dash, Headmaster, Nona Chandanpupur, Monmothonath High School. Sir, please, ma'am. May I please have a big round of applause? Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am. Kindly please be seated.
Now, I invite Ma'am Meghna Ghoshal, Principal of Aditya Academy Senior Secondary School. Ma'am, please. Big hands for Ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations to my dear students. We are actually going through a very tough phase when we are trying to balance the digital literates and we are still learning to be digitally literate. So that's the generation that we are struggling through. Of course, I am not, but I'm pretty sure that you will have to deal with the Gen Zs, and which is a very, very tough job. And I have a lot of, there are kudos to the teachers who are training you people to teach and address the students who are from the Gen Z generation, because it is not easy to address and go to a classroom where you know that the students already have an access to ChatGPT. So any one information you want, it's just right there at the push of a button, they will get to know. So the first challenge for you would be to extremely well informed when you are going to the class. Because the first thing that I feel every teacher should work on is to create that X factor that will create an interest among the students to listen to you and also compel them to like you. Now that will not come by, trying to control them, but how will it come? It will come only when you have this essence of empathy, when you have this essence of caring, all these things instilled in your actions. You all have studied the, I'm forgetting the name of the, but anyway, when you did your B.Ed course, you have already studied a lot about methodology of teaching. So I would actually suggest that many of us, we actually don't use it when we go for our regular day-to-day classroom. Somehow we forget. But I would actually say that, if you try and incorporate all your learnings, the classrooms would be a much better place for you as well as the students. And second thing, I would also say that focus on multiple intelligence of the children, because not every child learns in the same way. please understand, and we are dealing with 21st century learners. Every learner has certain way of learning, and there comes the importance of methodology. So one particular topic, if you are teaching using different, multiple intelligence, you can actually make them do role play, you can also make, get them engrossed in some discussions. So make the classroom more and more interesting. Don't, I know rote learning is important, and I know the getting of marks is very important, because that's how they are evaluated when they go for university admissions. But at the same time, please prepare them to face the future world. That is very important, and I feel future teachers should actually think about that and nurture that in them. And not to forget Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Efficient People, and the last one is, 7th habit is sharpen the saw. Please don't forget to sharpen the saw as you gain experience year by year, because that sharpening the saw will actually help you to sail through even in the changing circumstances, and will also help you to face the challenges that will come on your way, because you will be facing a lot of challenge. We are facing, you will be facing much more. So I don't have anything else to say, because I feel that, you really have to experience the challenging times ahead. And for that, you need to gear up and you need to prepare yourself. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for highlighting this word, X factor. This will definitely give an edge to enhance our methodology of teaching. It is a very good quality for being a good teacher in future. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, I invite Sir Krishnendu Bagchi, Principal of St. Augustine's Day School for Boys, Barakpur. Sir, please. A round of applause for Sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Professor Mukherjee, respected principals, and my dear educators. Thank you for having me here. And do you know right now what challenge I'm facing? I don't have any words to express right now. Everything has been spoken very clearly. All my previous eminent speakers have spoken everything to you. So what is left for me? They have put me. Previously, I came to Adamas University. Educators, my beloved students, I can see some of my students are already there. There are a lot of challenges for the educators right now. We used to hear a lot, আমাদের দেশে কবে সেই ছেলে হবে কথায় না বড় হয়ে কাজে বড় হবে. That is another challenge for us. Around us in the society, we see everyone is talking so big. But when it comes to action, it's like এক গামলা শাক নিয়ে এলাম, যখন খাবো তখন আমার পাতে ঠিক এইটুকু. Right? So, it is for the students of School of Education. If you have chosen this profession as a noble profession, you will be respected like anything. Students will get down from their chairs when you come. They will stand up. My subject is biology, let me tell you. It is clearly written in biology book now that if there is a reflex action, when the teacher comes to the class, the students stand up. But if we think that you will be respected like that, then we need to change our thought process. Why? Because the values are changing in the society. And we have to impart education according to the age. That's why there is a paradigm shift in education right now. And the problem is, when you are going to the class, previously the teacher used to be the only or one of the limited sources of information. But right now, as my previous principal speakers, they have already mentioned that yes, ChatGPT, internet, Google, everything is available. So at their fingertips, information is available. So it is your challenge that you are going to the class, then you have to narrate your stories in such a way that students accept you. First thing is acceptance. If the students accept you, then you can make them understand what you want. Now, Father Rodney said once that are we teaching them properly? We are teaching them subjects. When parents come for admission to my school, then I ask them a question that, what do you want from us as school? They say, আমার ছেলেটা যেন খুব ভালো মানুষ হয়. But when they get less marks in the examination, when the teachers deduct marks, when they don't get first, second, third prize in the competitions, then again the same parents come running to us asking a lot of questions. I get confused. That in one hand we are saying that yes, bhalo manush chai, but we are in the rat race, there is no doubt, but we are also telling them how to run faster and faster. So what should we do? I'm asking questions. I'm asking you. You have to find out your answer, because there is no ideal answer in this. I will interpret in my own way, everybody will do the same. But I feel that you have to ask yourself that you have chosen this profession, is it a right decision? You could not get this ultimately teaching. Is it so? I got a candidate. I wanted a maths teacher. I got a candidate. He came for the interview, and I saw his qualification. He has done BTech, post that MSc in maths, then B.Ed, then MA in education. And then he will be planning a lot of other courses as well. He was trying to impress me that, sir, I have done a lot of things, so I am quite competent to be a teacher in your school. I asked him, why have you done so many things? What is your objective in life? He said, I want to be a good teacher. So, see, he is totally confused. He doesn't even know what is to be done. We are the resources, right? So we have to have proper direction in our life so that we can guide others, the learners. If we are confused, we'll not be able to guide them properly, which is happening. Next, in primary level, usually what happens, teachers used to correct the papers by looking at the book. Whatever is written, they will check and then they will give the marks. Now, suppose if it is written in the book that, what is the color of apple? The answer is, it is red, right? Now, a child has written, no, it's green in color, and teacher has put a cross mark. The child started crying. The child is telling mom, Mom, see, I have seen green apple, but my teacher has not given me marks. What to do? It is whose challenge? Teacher's challenge or the learner's challenge? So we as educators, we have to be open-minded so that we do not restrict to the textbooks only. That's why you have to let the learners learn in their own way. NEP has talked about a lot of things, co-curricular activities, holistic development, everything. But what are the ways to implement this? Who will teach? There may be workshops, seminars, everything, but a child who is having his own difficulty, you have to take a call how to make him learn. A textbook, a B.Ed course, M.Ed course will not help the educators teach in that way. That's what I feel. Next, you are the role model, right? It is said that you are the role models. Yes, of course, we are the role models. But we have to choose the words very judiciously. Otherwise, what happens? Sometimes, as it is said, that we have to have patience. If we lose patience, then definitely we will lose out students, in the sense that we will not become the role model in front of them. Because if you do not have something to communicate properly, then they will look at you, the way you talk, the way you express. They will not focus on your words. So it is very important for the educator to be a good learner. It has been spoken already that we are lifelong learners. So you have to be a lifelong learner. I hope you have not chosen this profession as because after going back home, you can spend some time with your family members. You don't have any hassle in this profession because you are coming to school, teaching, correcting papers and going home. But there are a lot of challenges in day-to-day life. I have seen in the presentation that Adamas University, the School of Education, takes a lot of initiative to expose the students. Thank you, Professor Mukherjee, for this. It is very much required nowadays because if the educators are not exposed properly, they'll not be able to impart proper education. Yes, when we want a just society, who is the unit of the society? We all are the units of the society. So, in our individual capacity, if each and every one can take initiative to speak the right words at the right time, then we can expect the learners to be independent in life. This is very important. With this, I conclude. All the best to the educators, my beloved students of Adamas University School of Education, and I hope ma'am will take the initiative to have more such sessions with the students. Thank you for having me here once again.
Thank you, sir. We have learned a lot from you, like how to be acceptable by the respected students, because they are least interested with our certificates and qualifications. But we can do what? We can enhance the researching abilities and the way of thinking of the students. Thank you so much, sir.
Now, may I request you all to permit me to pause for a moment so that we can capture the moment. May I request our respected Professor Dr. Shauli Mukherjee ma'am, Professor and Dean, School of Education, Dean, International Relations, and all the respected principals of renowned schools of Kolkata to come upon stage so that we can capture the moment through lenses. Please. I would also request all the faculty members of School of Education to join us on stage. Principals and headmaster and headmistress, I request all of you. I'll request you all to kindly be on stage so that the teachers of the renowned schools can also join us on stage. May I request Dean ma'am and all the principals, headmaster and headmistress of renowned schools to stay on stage, please, because there was a technical fault with the photo, I think. Please. Thank you so much, all of you. Please kindly be seated. Now I would request our moderators to resume the session.
Now I would like to invite Ma'am Meeta Vishwas, teacher in charge of Ramkrishna Vidya Mandir, with Ramkrishna Vivekananda Mission, Suryapur branch. Ma'am, please. May I have round of applause for ma'am?
Hello. 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 Good afternoon, all of you. অ্যাডামাস বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ের এডুক্লেভ 2024-এ এখানে উপস্থিত হতে পেরে আমি খুবই এখানে সম্মানিত বোধ করছি এবং আমাদের স্কুলটা কিন্তু একটু অন্য ধরনের স্কুল। আমার স্কুল হচ্ছে আমাদের বিশেষভাবে সক্ষম ছাত্রীদের জন্য, অনলি ফর গার্লস। সেখানে আমাদের হিয়ারিং ইম্পেয়ার্ড এবং ভিজুয়ালি ইম্পেয়ার্ড এই ছাত্রীরা আমাদের এখানে পড়াশোনা করে এবং ওরা থেকে পড়াশোনা করে, মানে আমাদেরটা ওটা হচ্ছে রেসিডেন্সিয়াল স্কুল। এটা সূর্যপুর, এই কাছে, এখান থেকে কাছে, খুব একটা দূর না, সূর্যপুরে রয়েছে। এবং এখানকার স্টুডেন্টরাও ওদের যে মানে বিষয় রয়েছে তার মধ্যেও এই বিশেষভাবে সক্ষম শিশুদের জন্য বা ছাত্রীদের বা ছাত্রদের যাই হোক ওদের লেসন প্ল্যান করতে হয়, শেখাতে হয়। সেই সূত্রেই আমার সাথে ওদের পরিচয় এবং আজকে আমাকে এখানে এই কারণেই আমন্ত্রণ জানানো হয়েছে। যাই হোক, আমি এখানে এসেছি এবং আমাদের এই স্কুলটি হচ্ছে অ্যাকচুয়ালি পুরো নামটা হচ্ছে রামকৃষ্ণ বিবেকানন্দ মিশন মুক বধির ও দৃষ্টিহীন বালিকা বিদ্যালয়। এখানে মিশনের বর্তমান সেক্রেটারি স্বামী নিত্যরূপানন্দজি মহারাজের পক্ষ থেকে এবং সূর্যপুরের প্রতিটি ছাত্রী পক্ষ থেকে, শিক্ষক শিক্ষিকাদের পক্ষ থেকে আমি এখানে আমার ভারপ্রাপ্ত শিক্ষিকা হিসেবে সকলকে জানাই আন্তরিক প্রীতি ও শুভেচ্ছা। আমি ছাত্রছাত্রীদের খুব বেশি কিছু বলবো না, কারণ আমি তোমরা প্রত্যেকেই যারা এই প্রফেশনকে চুজ করবে, তুমি করেই বলছি তোমাদের, যারা এই প্রফেশনটাকে চুজ করবে ভাবছো, তারা খুবই ভেবেচিন্তে এটা নিয়ে নেওয়া উচিত, কারণ এটার সাথে অনেক দায়িত্ববোধ যুক্ত থাকে আর কি, অনেক দায়িত্ব, মানে সামাজিক দায়িত্ব হিসাবে প্রচুর আমরা এখানে ইনভলভ হয়ে যাই। তো আর আমার আগে যারা শ্রদ্ধেয় প্রিন্সিপালরা এবং আমাদের মাননীয় এখানকার যারা শ্রদ্ধেয় ব্যক্তিরা রয়েছেন তারা সবগুলো পয়েন্টই বলে দিয়েছেন, সুতরাং আমার এখানে আলাদা করে কিছু বিশেষ কিছু বলার নেই। তবুও আমি ছাত্রছাত্রীদের কিছু বলার আগে আমি আমাদের সবাই জানি স্বামী বিবেকানন্দের একটি স্মরণীয় উক্তির কথা আমি এখানে বলতে চাই। ছাত্রছাত্রীদের উদ্দেশ্যে বলছি, তোমার দ্বারাই সব সম্ভব, জগতে এমন কিছু নেই যে তুমি পারবে না, এই সংকল্প নিয়ে এগিয়ে যাও, তুমি সাফল্য পাবেই। কারণ আমরা জানি কি যে ছাত্রছাত্রীরা হলো দেশ ও জাতির মেরুদণ্ড। শিক্ষক শিক্ষিকাদের আমাদের কাজ কি তাদের পথ দেখানো, তাদের পথ প্রদর্শক এবং সুপরামর্শদাতা হিসাবে কাজ করা, যাতে তারা ভবিষ্যতে সফল হতে পারে। ছাত্রছাত্রীদের যে প্রাথমিক শিক্ষা সেটা কিন্তু শুরু হয় তাদের বাড়ি থেকে, তাদের বাবা মায়ের থেকে। সবচেয়ে বেশি হচ্ছে মায়ের ভূমিকা, যেটা আগেও একজন ম্যাডাম এখানে বলে গেছেন যে তাদের জীবন গড়ার ক্ষেত্রে সবচেয়ে বেশি রোল প্লে করে হচ্ছে মা। এবং তারপরে যেটা এখানে বলা হয়েছে যে আগেও বলা হয়েছে যে তারপরে যখন ওরা স্কুলে আসে ছোট বাচ্চারা, তখন কিন্তু ওরা মায়ের আদলেই দেখে তাদের মানে শিক্ষিকাকে বা যাই হোক শিক্ষকদের দেখে এবং সেইভাবেই তাদের সাথে বিহেভ করে এবং তাদের সমস্ত কিছু ওরা অনুকরণ করে এবং সেটাকে ওরা চায় যে বড় হয়ে আমি এরকম হব, এরকমভাবে কথা বলবো, এভাবে হাঁটবো। ম্যাডাম যা যা করছে তাকে কিন্তু ওরা অনুকরণ করে, ম্যাডাম বা স্যার যাই হোক। তো শিশু বয়স থেকে কিন্তু প্রত্যেক ছাত্রছাত্রীর মনে প্রচ্ছন্নভাবে হলেও কোনো না কোনো ভবিষ্যৎ স্বপ্ন থাকে। এ প্রসঙ্গে স্মরণ করতে হয় আমাদের সকলের শ্রদ্ধেয় এপিজে আব্দুল কালামের এই উক্তিটি, স্বপ্ন সেটা নয় যেটা মানুষ ঘুমিয়ে ঘুমিয়ে দেখে, স্বপ্ন সেটাই যেটা পূরণের প্রত্যাশা মানুষকে ঘুমাতে দেয় না। ছাত্রছাত্রীদের জীবনের লক্ষ্য পূরণের জন্য এই জ্ঞানার্জনের পাশাপাশি তাই কয়েকটি মূল্যবোধ তাদের অনুসরণ করা আমার মনে হয় একান্তভাবে প্রয়োজন। যেমন হচ্ছে শৃঙ্খলা, আমরা সবাই জানি সেগুলো কি, যেমন শৃঙ্খলা ও নিয়মানুবর্তিতা, সময়ের মূল্যকে বুঝতে পারা, উদারতা, মানসিক দৃঢ়তা, সততা, সমাজের প্রতি তাদের দায়বদ্ধতা, গুরুজনদের প্রতি শ্রদ্ধা ও ছোটদের প্রতি স্নেহশীলতা, অবশ্যই সহপাঠীদের সাথে সখ্যতা ও সর্বোপরি শারীরিক সুস্থতা ও সক্ষমতা। বর্তমান সময়ে আমি ছাত্রদের সাথে সাথে আমার ছাত্রীদেরও বলবো শারীরিক দক্ষতা বৃদ্ধির দিকে বিশেষভাবে নজর দিতে। শৈশব থেকেই যদি আমরা শিশুকে সঠিকভাবে লালন পালন করি তবে ভবিষ্যতেই তারা আমাদের দেশের সুনাগরিক হয়ে উঠবে, এই আশা রাখি। আর একটা কথা, যে নিজের ওপর বিশ্বাস কখনো যেন তোমরা হারিও না। তোমাদের ক্ষমতা, তোমাদের স্বপ্ন, এই সমস্ত কিছুকেই তোমরা একটা ইতিবাচক প্রভাবের মধ্যে নিজেকে ঘিরে রেখো এবং এগিয়ে যাও। সাফল্যের পথ দীর্ঘ হতে পারে, চ্যালেঞ্জিং হতে পারে, কিন্তু যদি তোমার সেখানে তুমি অধ্যাবসায় থাকে, তোমার উৎসর্গ থাকে এবং ইতিবাচক মনোভাবের সাথে তুমি যদি এগিয়ে যাও তবে তুমি সমস্ত বাধা অতিক্রম করে সফল তুমি হবেই। সবশেষে শ্রী শ্রী মা শারদা দেবীর একটি বাণী দিয়ে এবং উপস্থিত গুরুজনদের আমার শ্রদ্ধা ও ছাত্রীদের আমার আন্তরিক ভালোবাসা এবং তাদের সাফল্য কামনা করে জানিয়ে আমার বক্তব্য শেষ করব। আর অবশ্যই এখানে আমন্ত্রণ জানানোর জন্য অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ। শারদা মা বলেছেন, কখনো চুপচাপ বসে থেকো না, কিছু না কিছু কাজ করবে, একটা কিছু কাজ নিয়ে থাকতে হয়, নইলে অলস মনে নানা চিন্তা এসে ভিড় করবে। নমস্কার।
অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ ম্যাম। আপনার এই কথা শুনে, এই কথা শ্রবণ করে কবিগুরু দুটো লাইন আমার মনে পড়ছে, তোমারই করিয়াছি জীবনের ধ্রুবতারা, এ সমুদ্র আর কবু হব না গো পথহারা। অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ ম্যাম। Now, I invite Sir Govind S. Murjani, Principal of Adamus World School. Sir, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm not going to say that whatever I wanted to say, everybody has spoken, because that line has been spoken a number of times. So I'm not going to say that. But I just want to, share an incident of my life when I joined teaching, or I was getting into this teaching field. I was just having a discussion with my Masi, because all of my friends were, in all those good lucrative jobs and, having good salaries and all that. And it's a fact that teachers too have to struggle a lot to get good paid. So she told me one thing very clearly, which has, totally changed my perception of life and about looking at the profession in a way. She said, you have been chosen by the Almighty for this particular profession. God has sent us on this planet to enlighten others. And as a teacher, you are going to do that. You are going to discharge that responsibility of lightening the lives of other people. Because there are so many options available, but why did we get into this particular thing? Somewhere the Almighty wants us to carry on that, that flame that we have to pass on to the others, that is the flame of knowledge. I just, noted down one point which Reverend Rodney Borneo sir has said. I think he's not there now. Shishya can follow us. Obviously, the students or the Shishya have to follow us. and we have to be those kind of role models. But we have to also ensure that when they are following us, they keep their individuality alive in them, so that their special feature or their special trait or their special personality shines through us. Our values imbibed in them can help them to enlighten their own qualities and bring the qualities out. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, definitely we should maintain a very good quality of teaching. Thank you so much, sir.
Now, due to some certain important work at school, Ma'am Ambalika Chatterjee from St. Xavier's Institution, Ruhia, couldn't come with us today. So, she has sent a special message. So, can we please listen to that?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the esteemed faculty members of Adamas University School of Education. Good afternoon. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the esteemed faculty members of Adamas University School of Education, and particularly Brothati ma'am, for inviting me to participate in Educlave 2024. As educators, we recognize that education is a continuous learning process. Our role is to spark curiosity and inspire our students to reach their full potential. As the saying goes, once a teacher, always a teacher. I extend my best wishes and to all the B.Ed students at Adamas University School of Education. May you continue to nurture and guide your students to become responsible citizens and compassionate individuals, which is the need of the hour, who make a positive impact in our society. Thank you once again for this opportunity. God bless you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Following her words, once a teacher is always a teacher. Thank you.
Here I welcome another incredibly talented student of School of Education. She is an excellent dancer. May I please welcome Nilanvita Vaidya from B.Ed Semester 3.
कुसुम कुसुम कुंज माझे मृदुल मधुर बंशी बाजे बिसरी त्रास लोक लाजे सजनिया वो बोलो गहन कुसुम कुंज माझे चारुनी लबास चारुनी लबास नेत्रे विमल हास हरिण नेत्रे विमल हास कुंज बन में आवलो कुसुम कुंज माझे घोर घन निशि सोवत चहु दिशि एक राधिका जागे मंदवत गति चलत मधुमति लोक लाज को त्यागे सकल फूल बन गंध मोदित गगन चंद्रमा राजे विहंग गावे कदम छाए मधुर बांसुरी बाजे ढाले कुसुम सुरभ भार ढाले बिहग सुरबसार ढाले इंदु अमृत धार विमल रजत भाति रे मंद मंद भृंग गुंजे अयुत कुसुम कुंजे कुंजे मंद मंद भृंग गुंजे अयुत कुसुम कुंजे कुंजे फुटल सजनी पुंजे पुंजे गहन कुसुम कुंज माझे देख लो सखी श्याम राय नयन प्रेम उथल जाय मधुर बदन अमृत सदन चंद्रमाय निंदिछे आवो आवो सजनी वृंद हेरब सखी सखी श्री गोविंद श्याम को पदार विंद श्याम को पदार विंद भानु सिंह बंदी छे गहन कुसुम कुंज माझे मृदुल मधुर वंशी बाजे बिसरी त्रास लोक लाजे सजनिया बोलो गहन कुसुम कुंज माझे
Thank you, Nilandita. We were absolutely spellbound by your performance. Now I would like to invite Ma'am Onusha Sinha, Principal of Aditya Academy, Rourkela.
Good afternoon, all the esteemed dignitaries over here. Thank you, ma'am, for inviting us over here. Hello, students. Good afternoon, all. I started my journey where you are right now, and I have passed my 13 years in this education line, and I started with a teacher, and I still remember that one thing which I have followed is my dreams. As I would again like to appreciate the tagline of this Educlave, that is experience meets innovation, right? So since my background is computers, so what I thought of that maybe I'll be much comfortable with corporate line. But when I reached over there, I found myself that I am not compatible to this area. Where I am compatible is a classroom filled with lots of children, and there must be a blackboard and a chalk in my hand. This is how where I started with. I thought of that this journey will be difficult for me, but this is what my actual dream was. Means which I found myself, I actually imagined my English teacher behind me, and I used to admire her classes, and there I found that the same thing which I was also following when I was in my classroom situation. From the teacher, I dreamt of becoming an in charge, becoming a coordinator, becoming head of the institution. This was what my dream was, and I have achieved it. So one thing which I am telling you all, that you should follow your dreams. Once and again, thank you so much for everybody.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes, we will always follow our dream. Now I welcome Dr. Arindam Kumar Bose, Principal of East Point School. Sir, please.
Good afternoon, eminent delegates and my future teachers. Today, I just share some observations regarding improvement of teaching quality and what I've observed during the long tenure as a principal. In 21st century, we are facing lots of problems, and maximum time we are blaming children for this problem. But the thing is that we don't realize the actual reason or what is the behind of it. The thing is that in 21st century, we are belonging in 21st century, but we don't change our methodology of teaching. We are saturated with our old stereotype academic system instead of innovative ideas. And the biggest thing is that, that nowadays we are failure to establish the socio-emotional bonding between the students and teachers. This is one of the reasons. If you want to improve this situation, then need to teach more realistic and practical based, experiential based methodology you have to used in the classroom. For the weaker students, you need to counsel the students. Motivation is also required. Their psychological supports, emotional supports are also required. But nowadays, teachers are restless. Some teachers are very restless. They have no patience in the classroom. So that's why their psychological and physical behavior has been changed. So as a responsible teacher, that is our responsibility, how to teach with our proper pedagogical strategy, with proper planning, and how to represent yourself in front of the students. If the students are getting interest from your classroom, then net result will be zero, everyone knows. So need to change way of teaching, way of methodology, then obviously you get result, I believe it. I don't linger my speech because so many other eminents are waiting. Thank you all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your words. Yes, definitely we should keep in mind that how to teach a student, how to make the class interesting and break the typical stereotypical way of teaching. Thank you so much, sir. Now, I invite Ma'am Sonali Datta Shaha, Headmistress of Nabapolli Shotto Bharati Bani Niketan Girls High School, to share some words with us. Ma'am, please.
Good afternoon and congratulations to all of them. I'm very happy to attend this event, University of Adamas. For a long time, we are relationship with university. B.Ed students went to our school. I wish the university is increased for future. I will say one things for the sake of student, be a good person. Because আমরা এখন চলেছি খুব ভীষণ একটা খারাপ সময়ের মধ্যে, যদিও আজকের এই সুন্দর মুহূর্তে এই কথাটা আনতে চাই না, তবু আমরা পশ্চিমবঙ্গের বাসিন্দা, আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি যে একটা তথাকথিত বলবো সবথেকে ভালো স্টুডেন্ট, যারা সমাজের সবচেয়ে গুড স্টুডেন্ট, সবচাইতে ভালো ছাত্র হিসেবে পরিচিত, তারাই একটি অন্ধকার জগৎ বা কি বলবো অপরাধ জগতে চলে গেছেন। নিশ্চয়ই বুঝতে পারছে সকলে আমি কি বলতে চাইছি। আজকে সেটা আমাদের সকলকে একটা ভীষণ দুঃসময়ের মধ্যে নিয়ে যাচ্ছে, কিন্তু সবাই জীবনে ভালো মানুষ হও। আমরা এই
যে কোনো
girls, faculty, students, and all members of the university. I'm
realize equality and inspire change. By empowering women, we not only uplift individuals but also strengthen community. I would like to invite the students.
जिस दुनिया में माँ बहने रिश्ते नहीं है, काली है, उस दुनिया से मैं तोड़ूंगी। नजर बदल के देखो तो मैं नजर नहीं, मैं तुमको नहीं छोड़ूंगी। मैं तुमको ना छूने दूंगी, छू के देखो दिल मेरा, तुम्हें दिल में अपने भर लूंगी, पर छेड़ के देखो। Namaste, namaste, namo namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti-rupena samsthita, Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti. आज से दूंगी, छू के देखो दिल मेरा, तुम्हें दिल में अपने भर लूंगी, पर छेड़ के देखो तुम मुझको, मैं तुमको नहीं छोड़ूंगी। के सैंडल दूंगी।
দেখতে দেখতে কিন্তু একটা আজকের যে বিভিন্ন সামাজিক যে গোল, আমাদের সামাজিক যে পারফরমেন্সটা দেখলাম, এটা দেখার পরে আমার এই জিনিসটা মনে পড়লো। তো আর বেশি কথা বাড়াবো না, আগের যারা বক্তারা এসেছিলেন তারা সবাই সব পয়েন্টগুলোই টাচ করেছেন বলে।
Yes, we always
একটি যে শেষ তো আমি জানি না এটা যদি
কথা আছে তাঁদের পরিবারবর্গকে ধন্যবাদ এবং শিক্ষিত হয়ে আসছি। তো এই যে 1-1.5 লক্ষ বছরের প্রাপ্ত শিক্ষা আমাদের জিনের মধ্যে রয়ে গেছে, শিক্ষক হিসেবে আমাদের নতুন করে শেখাতে কিছু হয় না বাচ্চাদের। ওই যে বহু বছরের শিক্ষা যেটা আমাদের জিনে রয়েছে সেটাকে খালি একটু নেড়ে চেড়ে দিতে হয়। ওই যেমন রান্না করার সময় দেখবেন যেটা একদম নিচের দিকে থাকে না কড়াইয়ের, সেটাকে খুন্তি দিয়ে একটু নেড়ে দিতে হয়, নইলে পুড়ে যায়। তো আমাদের কাজ হচ্ছে ওই খুন্তি একটু নেড়ে চেড়ে দিতে হবে আর কি, যাতে পুড়ে না যায়, সব দিকে ভালোভাবে রান্নাটা হয়। তো সেই কাজটাই আমরা করি। তবে এই বর্তমান সময়ের পরিপ্রেক্ষিতে একটা জিনিস খুব মনে পড়ছে, যেটা খুব প্রাসঙ্গিক। হোয়াটসঅ্যাপের যুগ আপনারা সবাই জানেন, এগুলো অনেকবার এসছে। আফ্রিকার কোনো একটি দেশে একটি প্রতিবন্ধীদের দৌড় প্রতিযোগিতা হচ্ছিল। সেখানে সামনে কিছু বাচ্চাদের, অবশ্যই সেখানে সামনে কিছু খাবার রাখা ছিল, অর্থাৎ যারা প্রথম হবে তারা বেস্ট খাবারটা পাবে, এই ইত্যাদি ইত্যাদি। তো দেখা যায় দৌড় শুরু হওয়ার পর কোনো বাচ্চাই আগে এগোয়নি, অর্থাৎ যতজন ছিল দৌড়ে সবাই হাতে হাত ধরে একসঙ্গে ফিনিশিং লাইনের দিকে গেল, কারণ তারা বোঝে খিদের জ্বালাটা কি। যেটা খাওয়া যাবে, যেটা পাওয়া যাবে, সেটা সবাই মিলে ভাগ করে খাবো। এমপ্যাথি, এটার বড্ড অভাব হয়ে পড়েছে আজকের দিনে। ছাত্রদের মধ্যে আমাদের এটা তৈরি করাটা খুব প্রাসঙ্গিক। যদি এই প্রাসঙ্গিকতাটা আমরা তৈরি করতে পারতাম, তাহলে হয়তো বর্তমান সমাজে একদম রিসেন্টলি যে ঘটনাগুলো চলছে সেগুলো আমরা এড়িয়ে যেতে পারতাম। তো এমপ্যাথি এবং সিম্প্যাথি আর লিঙ্গ নির্বিশেষে সকলকে সমান চোখে দেখা বড্ড ইম্পর্টেন্ট বিষয় আজকের দিনে। আমরা সবাই শিক্ষক বা শিক্ষক হতে চলেছি, শিক্ষিকা নই। বা যদি শিক্ষিকা হই তাহলে সবাই শিক্ষিকা হতে চলেছি, শিক্ষক নই। অর্থাৎ এটা একটা জেন্ডার ফ্রি শব্দ হোক। টিচার, লেট দিস বি আ জেন্ডার ফ্রি শব্দ। ছাত্র, স্টুডেন্ট, জেন্ডার ফ্রি হোক। অর্থাৎ আমাদের উভয়কে যেন একটা সম্পূর্ণ বৃত্তের মধ্যে আমরা পাই, যেটার কোনো শেষ নেই, যেটার কোনো শুরু নেই, যার মধ্যে আমরা সবাই আছি। আশা করব যারা এখানে রয়েছেন, যারা এই শিক্ষাদান পদ্ধতির মধ্যে আছেন, এই প্রশিক্ষণ পদ্ধতির মধ্যে আছেন, তারা এগুলো নিশ্চয়ই করে উঠবেন, এবং যারা এই প্রশিক্ষণের ব্যবস্থা করছেন তারাও নিশ্চয়ই এই প্রশিক্ষণটা দেওয়ার জন্য ব্যবস্থা করে উঠবেন। আরেকবার প্রত্যেককে আমার শুভেচ্ছা এবং অভিনন্দন জানিয়ে ধন্যবাদ।
Thank you so much, sir. It's true that we read a lot about inclusivity and inclusiveness, but we are really lacking in inclusive thoughts. Now, let me share my gratitude that we are really fortunate to have Professor Dr. Shuranjan Das, sir, Vice Chancellor, Adams University, amongst us, who has taken out time from his busy schedule to honor our invitation. Given his vast knowledge and experience, may I invite you, sir, to share a few words with us on the dais?
Could I first say a very big thank you to Professor Shauli Mukherjee and the team for enabling me to be here. Sorry, I could not come in the first session because I had other engagements in Calcutta, and then I was on an online interview with a university based in Arunachal Pradesh, and I just took 10 minutes off to come here. I have essentially come to express the university administration solidarity with the Department of Education in its endeavor to organize this conclave, which I think is a very important venture and exercise in the realm of school education. I won't take much of your time because you have been listening to various speeches, but could I take 5 or 10 minutes to put on record the importance of school education in the context of the new education policy. Now, the new education policy 2020, or now which is now christened as National Education Policy 2020, has given ample opportunity of innovation in school teaching. I won't go into the structural change that has been brought about by the new education policy, but I would like to highlight one important point which is inherent in the new education policy, that is the need to have a pedagogic revolution. Unless we have a transformative tone, I'm really afraid of making this point in the presence of so many experts in the realm of education, but let me make an adventure. If I'm correct, there are 4 major established forms of pedagogy. One, the constructivism. Constructivism, which is based on the idea that students are active than passive learners. When we were students, that was the mode of pedagogy. The second pedagogy, which came later, is social constructivism, which pins faith on the notion that when students observe an adult of doing something or thinking something or saying something, the students react in a particular way. The third form of pedagogy is behavioralism, which believes that the teacher should be the sole authority figure in a classroom teaching. And the final form of pedagogy, which came with the famous tract, The Pedagogy of the Oppressed, which is known as the liberationist form of teaching, which wants to make classrooms democratic, to enable the teacher and the taught work collectively. There is a participatory nature in classroom teaching. Now, these are the 4 major forms of pedagogy that I know. If I am wrong, kindly correct me. Of course, there is no watertight compartment between these 4 pedagogic forms. They are not exclusivist. One can infringe on the other. But there is one common point about all these pedagogies. What is that? All these pedagogies were formulated, were framed, were developed in the context of what I call a fixed location education system, a fixed location education system. A fixed location education system because it's a system where you have a fixed physical place where the teaching learning takes place. That is the campus. Where you have a fixed person who would be giving you the lessons, the teacher. And where there is also a fixed program within which the particular course is to be taught and finished. This is known as the fixed location system, and all the 4 pedagogies were essentially framed in the context of this fixed location form of teaching with which we are all habituated. But today, in the context of machine learning, I am not very, very fond of machine learning. There are both advantages and disadvantages. But the fact of the matter is that machine learning has become a reality. And in the context of introduction to machine learning, the 4 established pedagogic forms are increasingly becoming irrelevant. Why? Machine learning has made it necessary of a transition of classroom teaching from informative curriculum to a formative and transformative curriculum. A teaching learning process which combines classroom teaching with hands-on training, with flexible courses having multiple options of going out and going in, entry-exit policy, where there is an emphasis on industry linkage, and where there is an increasing reliance on education technology. And in the context of this fundamental change, the established 4 forms of pedagogy are increasingly becoming irrelevant. The question is, this transition from other countries in the West have already adjusted themselves, India is still lagging behind. And I think a conclave like this needs to address this issue. And to address this issue, schools, higher education institutions in India are teaching institutes, not learning institutes. But ranging from Rabindranath Tagore to Aurobindo, to Krishnamurti, to Holt, to Ivan Illich, everybody has emphasized that any fundamental transformation of pedagogy needs to make this qualitative distinction between teaching and learning. So the first point that I would like to make is the traditional authoritarian mode of teaching learning process should come to an end. More and more, there should be a participatory process. I often find a well-informed student today, if she or he has access to education technology, when she or he comes to a class, that student can be more informative than the teacher himself or herself. This is a fundamental point that we need to realize. Gone are the days when we will have a student sitting in a bench that needs to be taken into account. How do we do it? We look to the experts in education to tell us. The other point which I would like to make, I would like to make just 2 other points and stop. The other point I would like to make is there is now an urgent need of what is being repeatedly emphasized as the unfolding of the indigenous knowledge system. Colonialism had resulted in the stultification of the Indian knowledge system. It has resulted in the stultification of the indigenous issues of growth. And there's an urgent need to unfold, to unearth that particular subsumed knowledge system. And that should start right from the school days. It is true we are living in an age of globalization. We are living in an age when the world is becoming a small global village. But it's also true that countries like India are also facing a cultural challenge. আমরা যখন ছোট ছিলাম তখন আমরা যখন পড়তে শিখলাম বিদ্যাসাগর দিয়ে শুরু করেছি, রবীন্দ্রনাথ দিয়ে শুরু করেছি, সুকান্ত দিয়ে শুরু করেছি, নজরুল দিয়ে শুরু করেছি, প্রেমচাঁদ দিয়ে শুরু করেছি। আজকে একটা ছোট ছেলে বা মেয়ে সে যখন পড়তে শেখে সে প্রথমে হ্যারি পটারে যায়। I am not against Harry Potter, but I'll just draw your attention to one small news that was published last year. একটা ছোট ছেলে সে স্পাইডারম্যানকে ইমিটেট করতে গিয়ে তার দোতলার বারান্দা থেকে লাফ দিয়ে তার প্রাণ খুইয়েছিল। I give this experience to show that while we embrace the other culture, while we embrace the West, we need not do it by compromising our knowledge of the past, our knowledge of the cultural efflorescence, our knowledge of the cultural syncreticity. আমি নিশ্চয়ই আমার ঘরের দরজা জানলাটা খুলে রাখবো যাতে বাইরের হাওয়াটা এসে আমাকে নতুন করে চিন্তা করতে শেখায়। কিন্তু কখনোই এমন একটা অবস্থায় নিয়ে যাব না যে বাইরের হাওয়াটা এসে আমার বাড়ির ভিতটা নড়বড়ে করে দেয়। That is the cultural challenge we are facing today. And this was drawn attention to by no other than the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. So when you go in for school pedagogy, this should be taken care of. A fine blending of the East and the West, a fine blending of the Indian culture and the outer world. I'm reminded here of a very pertinent saying of Swami Vivekananda. And let me quote from that. This is what Swami Vivekananda said. Know your past. Out of the past is build the future. Look back, therefore, as far as you can. Drink deep of the eternal fountains that are behind. And after that, look forward, march forward, and make India brighter, greater, much higher than she ever was. Unquote. That is the need of the hour in terms of school pedagogy. We need to prepare our children to know our past and also to know the present and also to combine the past and the present to look for a brighter future. Of course, we look outwards, but not by compromising our inward strength. The other point that I would like to emphasize, and this is for the school teachers, today in a globalized world, we need to make our school children competitive so that they can fare well not only at the local level, not only at the provincial level, not only at the national level, but also at the global level. আমরা যখন ছাত্র ছিলাম আমরা ভাবতে পারতাম না যে একজন ছেলে বা মেয়ে যাদের সামর্থ্য আছে 12 পাশ করে বিদেশ চলে যাচ্ছে। That was unthinkable. But that's the reality. We have to face that reality. Whether it's good or bad, that's a different thing. But there's a challenge that we have to face. আমরা সবাই বিদেশ গেছি পিএইচডি করার জন্য। এখন দেখছি সবাই সাধারণ মধ্যবিত্ত ঘরের ছেলেমেয়েরা ঘটি বাটি বেচে তাদের মা বাবারা ক্লাস 12 হয়ে যাচ্ছে, আইদার দিল্লি, বম্বে, মাদ্রাস বা বিদেশে পাঠাচ্ছে। কিন্তু দ্যাট ইজ দ্য রিয়ালিটি। সো উই হ্যাভ টু ট্রেন আওয়ার স্টুডেন্টস so that they can compete locally, nationally, as well as at the international level. And in doing that, we also need to instill among the school children a sense of social responsibility. They should be told that although 16% of the total global population inhabit India, the largest number of illiterates also inhabit India. The gross enrollment ratio, that is the number of students, number of young aged between 18 and 23 who are entitled to come to higher education, which we call the gross enrollment ratio, is only 28%. So the school children need to be told, particularly the school children coming from the privileged section, they need to be told they have a social responsibility. The social responsibility being that the knowledge they get, that should be used in such a way, not only for their own betterment, but for the betterment of the society. It's only if we do that, we can train the school children to be constructive members of a civil society who can contribute to the development of a better West Bengal, better India, and better world order. Remembering, my previous speakers spoke of empathy. That is what Rabindranath Tagore said, emphasized to be the goal of education. যখন কবিগুরু রবীন্দ্রনাথ শান্তিনিকেতন প্রতিষ্ঠা করলেন তাকে জিজ্ঞেস করা হয়েছিল আপনার শিক্ষার উদ্দেশ্য কি? 3টে কথা বলেছিলেন। একজন ছাত্রকে স্বয়ংনির্ভর হতে হবে, একজন ছাত্রকে নিজের মতো করে শিখতে হবে, একজন ছাত্রকে এমনভাবে শিক্ষা দিতে হবে যাতে he becomes tolerant of other people. অমর্ত্য সেন বলেছেন, we have argumentative Indians. Yes, we are argumentative, but we also need to be tolerant of others. That is why Tagore emphasized the value of empathy to be inculcated amongst the school children. That is why Mahatma Gandhi also said, education should bring in a balance between the heart, brain and body. And I'm sure, falling back on these ideals, we should move forward to take our school education to new heights of excellence. I'm particularly here reminded of what Bernard Shaw said. I quote from Bernard Shaw. To me, the sole hope of human salvation lies in teaching, unquote. And let me conclude with a quote from Sri Aurobindo Ghosh, who has spent a lot of time. He was associated with the National Education Project, which led to the establishment of Jadavpur University. And what did he say about education? Let me quote. Every teacher should bear in mind that nothing can be taught, but everything can be learned. So nothing can be taught, but everything can be learned. Let that be the motto of this education conclave. And in that way, I'm sure this education conclave, organized by the School of Education, will make a fundamental contribution to the development of an appropriate school pedagogy, which will be in tune with the requirements of modern India. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much, sir. We would also like to request you to be on stage for a moment so that we can felicitate one of our respected school. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Your enriching thoughts has enlightened us, and we really are thankful, because being humane is the most important quality of a teacher, and which comes with social responsibility, with empathy, with the constructivism that you have talked about. Thank you so much. May I request Mr. Srijan De, Director, Mona Lisa English School, to please come on the dais so that you can be felicitated by our respected Vice Chancellor, sir, and also our respected Dean, ma'am, School of Education. Thank you so much, sir. We are really honored to have you with us.
Now, I would like to invite Dr. Srilata De, Principal of Bhavanipur Modern School. Ma'am, please share some words with us.
Well, it's late afternoon, and I'm in debt to all the speakers, and I'm in debt to the faculty members of Adamas University, all you budding teachers whom I can see from here. And I will speak very little because all speakers have touched all points, and moreover, Professor Shuranjan Das, with his enlightening speech, has not left anything behind. So naturally, I would just, just bring out the last point that he said, and I would just tell you what he said, that he had quoted from Bernard Shaw, that nothing can be taught and everything can be learned. I would request all the new teachers who are coming up from this university, I would tell you to learn up a little aspect from value education, which I will tell you that please, in your dealings with students as a teacher, please be unbiased. Please be fair. This is one thing we all teachers need to have this quality. Please be unbiased. Please be fair. At the end of the day, you take home respect and love. We all give, but we take something back. Whatever be true in this world of ChatGPT, in this world where it's normal that a student will know more than you in the classroom, please be true. If you don't know, say, yes, this point I don't know, and that will give you so much of love and respect. You will not know. At the end of the career, you will come out to be a teacher in flying colors if you are able to do this. This is the main and only thing that I have realized. And please be true that what you know and what you don't know, or whatever you give to them, just be true to yourself. And on the eve of Teachers' Day, I greet and I congratulate all the budding teachers who are coming up with this profession. Welcome you to the fraternity of teachers.
Thank you so much, ma'am, to deliver your precious word. We are highly enriched with your words. Thank you so much, ma'am.
May I now request Ma'am Shondipa Rao Dev, Assistant Teacher from Ramakrishna Vivekananda Mission, to share your expertise with us. Ma'am, please.
নমস্কার। এখানে উপস্থিত প্রত্যেককে আমার শ্রদ্ধা, অভিনন্দন ও ভালোবাসা জানিয়ে ইন্ডিয়ান সাইন ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ মানে আইএসএল সম্পর্কে কিছু বলতে বলা হয়েছে আমাকে এখানে। আমি যেখানে চাকরি করি, চাকরি বলবো না, আমি এখনও ছাত্রই থাকতে চাই, শিক্ষক বা শিক্ষিকা হতে চাই না। রামকৃষ্ণ বিবেকানন্দ মিশন ডেফ অ্যান্ড ডাম অ্যান্ড ব্লাইন্ড গার্লস স্কুলের ওখানকার অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্ট টিচার হিসেবে এখন আছি। তো ওদের সঙ্গে কমিউনিকেট করতে গিয়ে দেখেছি যে সাইন ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজটা না জানলে ওদেরকে কিচ্ছু শেখানো যাবে না, আমিও কিচ্ছু শিখতে পারবো না। তো আমার স্কুলের মেয়েদের কাছ থেকেই আমি কিছু সাইন ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ শিখেছি। আমার মাদার টাং যেমন বাংলা, তেমনি ডেফ ইন্ডিয়ানদের মাদার টাংও কিন্তু ইন্ডিয়ান সাইন ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ। ইন্ডিয়ান সাইন ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজটা ডেফরাই তৈরি করেছে, আর কেউ নয়। ডক্টর আর্লিক জেসন, ডক্টর রীতা মাথুর, শিবাজি পান্ডে, এনারা রিসার্চ করেছেন, হেল্প করেছেন, ডেভেলপ করতে সাহায্য করেছেন, কিন্তু সাইন ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজটা ক্রিয়েট করেছেন ডেফ ইন্ডিয়ানস। শুধু ডেফ ইন্ডিয়ান নয়, আমি আইএসএলের কথা বলছি, ইন্ডিয়ান সাইন ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজটা ডেফ ইন্ডিয়ানরাই করেছে। তো আমি যে স্কুলে চাকরি করি সেই স্কুলের সাইন ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ সম্পর্কে, এখানে বিএডের স্টুডেন্টরা রয়েছো, তোমরা আমাদের স্কুলে গেছো, ভিজিট করেছো, দেখেছো আমাদের ছেলেমেয়েরা কীভাবে নিজেদের মধ্যে কমিউনিকেট করে। তো সেই সাইন ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ সম্পর্কে আমি একটু কথা বলবো এবং কিছু দেখাবো। তার জন্য আমাদের স্কুলের টিচার ইনচার্জ ম্যাডাম মিতা বিশ্বাসকে একটু স্টেজে আসার জন্য অনুরোধ জানাচ্ছি। উনি যদি ওয়ার্ড ভোকাবুলারিগুলো একটু বলেন বা সেন্টেন্সগুলো বলেন, তাহলে আমার দেখাতে সুবিধে হয়। প্লিজ ম্যাডাম। আপনারা তো কিছু জানার থাকে, কারণ যে স্কুলে আপনারা যাবেন সেখানে হয়তো কোনো ডেফ স্টুডেন্ট পাবেন, তাদের সঙ্গে কিভাবে কমিউনিকেট করবেন, যদি কোনো প্রশ্ন থাকে আমাকে করতে পারেন, বা কিছু জানার থাকে তাহলে আমি দেখাতে পারি। ম্যাডাম প্লিজ। তুমি এখানে আসো।
হ্যাঁ, এই তো দিয়েছে আমাকে। ম্যাডাম, প্রথমে আপনাদের A to Z কিভাবে মেয়েদেরকে শেখাই আমরা।
এক মিনিট। সাইন ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজে ফিঙ্গার স্পেলিং, ভোকাবুলারি, সেন্টেন্স এগুলো দিয়েও আমি সাইন ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজটাকে এক্সপ্রেস করতে পারি। আর সাইন ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ এক্সপ্রেস করতে গেলে শুধু যে ওয়ার্ড বা লেটার বা সেন্টেন্স যে কাজ করবে তা নয়, আমার বডি জেস্চার, আমার ফেস পুরো এক্সপ্রেশন না হলে আমি আমার সাইন ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজটা মিনিংফুল হবে না। ঠিক আছে, তার দু একটা উদাহরণ আমি দিচ্ছি।
A to Z শো করবে এখন। C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z। কিছু ভোকাবুলারি এখন ম্যাডাম আপনাদের সামনে দেখাবেন, তার মধ্যে কয়েকটা আমি বলছি এখানে। টিচার, স্টুডেন্ট, ডেফ, সেন্টারে মাঝখানে, হাঁটু মাঝখানে, ডেফ, হিয়ারিং, ম্যান, উইমেন, বুক, পেন, চেয়ার, টেবিল, blackboard, chalk, আচ্ছা এবার ওয়ার্ডিং এর পরে সেন্টেন্স আসবে কয়েকটা। সেন্টেন্স, woman is a teacher, next sentence, the teacher is deaf, my third sentence, my students are so beautiful, number 4, is the answer correct, number 5, the work is not difficult, it is so easy, the work is not difficult, it is so easy। এই কথাটাও তুমি বাংলায় এখানে বলে দিতে পারো, আমাকে এখানে বলার সুযোগ দেওয়ার জন্য বলো। হ্যাঁ, আমি কিছু যদি জানার থাকে, কোনো সেন্টেন্স বা কিছু। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ বলুন। এই মাইকটা নিয়ে গেল। এই সুনিতা ম্যামকে আমার পক্ষ থেকে ধন্যবাদ জানাও। ভালো থাকবেন আর রামকৃষ্ণ অবশ্যই আসবেন রামকৃষ্ণ বিবেকানন্দ থ্যাংক ইউ হ্যাপি টিচার্স ডে থ্যাংক ইউ
Thank you so much, ma'am. This is such a unique learning we have received from you. Thank you so much, ma'am. A big hand for ma'am.
We have come to the end moment of our Educlave 2024. I would like to request Mr. Amar Shankar Mukherjee sir, faculty in charge, assistant professor, School of Education, to come upon the dais to deliver the valedictory address.
Thank you everybody for coming here. That is the first thing I want to say. Thanks to all of you, all the dignitaries, teachers, students, thanks to all of you being the part of this Educlave 2024. Now, good evening, respected dignitaries, esteemed delegates from renowned schools of Kolkata, distinguished faculty members of School of Education, and my dear students. I stand before you today as the humble valedictorian, filled with gratitude for this incredible honor and the opportunity to address you all on this momentous occasion. As I reflect upon our today's journey together, I am reminded of Kavi Guru Rabindranath Tagore's words, as already the different teachers has uttered in a different way. A teacher can never truly teach unless he's still learning himself. Therefore, a teacher needs to be a lifelong learner. At this juncture, I am honored to admit that today's enlightening conclave has made us rethink, redefine, and willing to re-inculcate teaching learning practices that would nurture our learners from all aspects of personality and make them a holistic individual who shines not just with academic excellence, but with exceptional abilities, mindfulness, unbreakable tenacity, and most importantly, emotional intelligence. Now I want to express my deepest gratitude to Honorable Chancellor Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, and specially respect to my Honorable Dean Madam, Professor Dr. Shauli Mukherjee, for her unwavering support and extraordinary vision that made us gather courage in successfully organizing Educlave 2024. I want to express my bottomless indebtedness to the esteemed delegates from imparted knowledge, but have also instilled in us a love for learning. Your words have inspired us to reach for the stars. I extend my deepest regard to my exceptional faculty members of School of Education for their tireless effort, diligence, and endeavor to successfully organize this event. And last but not the least, obviously, my dear students who had unquestionably toiled brainstormed, generated ideas, and executed creativity that has added colors to our memorable conclave. Without their cooperation and effort, we couldn't have succeeded in organizing Educlave 2024. Thanks to all of you being here. Thanks to all of you to be the part of Educlave 2024. This is not the end. This is the start of a new beginning, a new educational journey. Thanks. Thanks to all of you.
Thank you so much, Amul sir, for your words and to enrich us with your words. Thank you so much.
Last but not the least, may I request all the respected dignitaries, the beloved faculty members, volunteers, and my dear friends to rise up on your feet for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल वंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंग तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you so much, everyone.